Project Oracle is Children and Youth Evidence Hub for London, and what we're doing is we're really committed to improving outcomes for children and young people in the capital. Project Oracle is at the cusp of a really exciting period. While we continue to do all of the things that we've been doing with providers, funders, academics and some young people for several years, this is the moment that we're moving on. We've appointed a new managing director who is going to be starting very soon. This is a moment where we develop, we can go in different directions and continue and hopefully expand on the work that we've already done in the city. This is Project Oracle's conference. We have an annual event, always. It's a very important day for us. It's a way of bringing people together, some of whom know us and are friends to Project Oracle, others who are new and want to find out. So again, it's an exciting opportunity to continue some of those conversations that we think are very important. We've been hearing today about collaboration, and being here with everybody is part of that collaborative journey.
Project Oracle was really conceived as a way of trying to create a more professional, still effective, still grassroots, but a more professional youth engagement sector in London that could really measure what it did, that could measure its impact and could make a big difference. And I'm really pleased that it's grown into a visible, recognised and effective force for change in this area. We now have, I believe, about 200 projects validated through Project Oracle. Over 500 projects have been trained and supported through the scheme. We have a number of funders who have also been trained and commissioners who understand the principles of Project Oracle. And I think it's fantastic that MOPAC, the Mayor's Office for Policing and Crime, and the police and the Commissioner being here today, just reinforces how important this scheme is to the people who are running London and who are making decisions about where funding should go. We have used Project Oracle for our own projects. The London Schools Excellence Fund, which is a £24 million education programme across the whole of the city, working with schools. We've been using Project Oracle to validate our work, and I'm glad to say that it's working well and that it's been a really constructive and thoughtful process.
I think a couple of the key messages are that we need to be really strategic and understand why it is we're doing the evaluation. How can we change our practices within the organisation to be very much more effective based on the evidence that we get from the evaluation, and ultimately how is this going to impact our beneficiaries?
I think that the greatest challenge right now is about helping organisations to understand what is the most appropriate and proportionate way to collect evidence about their project, and also to make sure that they start with the basics, the how, why should they do it, what are they trying to measure, before skipping on to understand what is the best methodology. Project Oracle's role in all of this is absolutely about supporting that to happen.
So I see Project Oracle's role in helping us address our challenges in being able to provide some really solid kind of background and support from experts in the research field around how we put in practice what we do in Yes Futures in our everyday work. So it's things like being able to speak to experts who have a full body of knowledge around questionnaires and how you develop questionnaires and how you create a kind of robust observation studies and things like that, which we in-house don't have the knowledge on. And that's what Project Oracle have helped with so far, and I see that being really valuable for us as we grow as well.
It's good to know what organisations themselves are doing on the ground, and it's useful to know how organisations are thinking a bit more broadly about how to demonstrate causality, because we know when we look at the standards of evidence, being able to develop an RCT is really difficult for a lot of organisations. So it's interesting to see how organisations are trying to do that in slightly different ways. Some of the key messages that I'd like to take away are thinking about how organisations in London are thinking about impact and how they're thinking about trying to create an ecosystem for sharing that. Collaboration was certainly a really big theme of today, so it's really good to see that organisations are thinking about that.
The second key message that I'm taking away is about collaboration. How important it is that we work with other people, other organisations in a similar field to us, and how we can share best practices between what they do and what we do, so we're not constantly reinventing the wheel.
They can talk to the funders, they can talk to practitioners and researchers to make sure that a good approach is taken. I think another challenge at the moment is specifically around using the standards of evidence at level 2 and at level 3. I think it's become apparent as funders have used the standards of evidence that at level 2 perhaps we need a little bit more gradation across that scale. And at level 3 I think we need to do more work to broaden the range of available evaluation designs that could be used to show an effect at level 3. I think Project Oracle have done some great work here today already in exploring some of the skills that researchers and funders and practitioner organisations need. We had a great debate just now about looking at research skills, about understanding relationships and about good project management. So that's just one area where I think Project Oracle can really help.
In the last year or so there have been lots of discussions and lots of media stories about charities in particular and those who are working with young people. And I think that the mood around charity work and around youth engagement work is changing. I think people are much more demanding and want to see what's happening as a result of the money that they're giving. And I don't think that will change. I think over the next few years there'll be even more call for people working in this area to prove what they do and to share their good practice with others. And I think Project Oracle is positioned well to be at the centre of that.
I would like to see Project Oracle doing more with more organisations at the higher levels. So we've got a good cohort now coming through at level 3, but getting more organisations onto level 4 and 5 so we can think about applicability and scalability in the sector.